I'm Anil Kumar sharing with you some test problems on writing equation of a line from graph. On a grid, we have three different lines here. You need to write down the equation of each one of them. You can pause the video, answer the question, and then look into my suggestion. Now let us see how to write equation of a line from the given graph. Let's start with this blue line, which is a vertical line. Let me say that this line is L1. So we have a line here L1 which is vertical. Now for this line, what is the slope? A vertical line has a slope of undefined. It is undefined slope. The slope is undefined. It is not 0, it is not any other number, but it is not defined. Why it is undefined? Let us consider 2 points on this line. One, we have the x-intercept here, which is minus 3. Let me take any other point here, which is in this case y value of 2 at x value of minus 3. Now the rise here is of 2 units, but the run is 0. So 2 divided by 0 results into undefined value. You cannot really define by 0. Right? Since you cannot divide by 0, you have undefined slope. So we have undefined slope, and what you see here is that every point on this line has one thing in common, that is the x value of minus 3. And therefore, a vertical line is always written as x equals to its x-intercept, which is minus 3. So that is how you get equation of the first line, right? So we are done with this blue line. So let me just highlight it. Right? That's the equation of our first line, which is a vertical line. Now let's consider another line. Let's say this orange line, let me call this as L2. As you see, it has a positive slope and it goes through a point which has a y-intercept of 2, right? So we can say y-intercept in this case is equal to 2. And how about the slope of this line? Slope of the line we can find from the given 2 points, the x and y intercepts in this case. So if you move from point A to B, let us say these are my 2 points, then we go up by 2, 1, 2, right? So slope is 2, that is the rise, and the run is 1, 2, 3, 4, right? 2 over 4, that gives a value of half. Now since we have a slope of half and y-intercept of 2, we can write this equation in the form of slope and intercept form, right? We can write in the equation as y equals to mx plus b, right? So in that case, our equation of this line becomes slope of half, so we can say y equals to half x and y-intercept of 2 plus 2. So that is the equation of the given line. So that is second line given in orange. So let me highlight this in orange. Now let's consider the third line. Third line drops down. Whenever you see a graph, you have to read it from left to right. As you see from left to right, you see a line which is going downwards. That means a negative slope. It goes through origin, right? So once it goes through origin, y-intercept is 0, right? So here you have y-intercept of 0. If I find the slope, we can always write this equation in slope and intercept form. So let's figure out what is the slope of this line. To find slope, we need at least 2 points, right? So origin is one of the points. The other point we can take this one, right? So this point is at 2 minus 2. So slope here is, you're going down by 2, right? That is minus 2 divided by run of 2, minus 2 divided by 2. So the slope is minus 1, okay? So third line L3 has a y. So y-intercept for line 3 is at origin, so we can write this as 0, y equals to 0, and the slope for this line is 1, 2, 1, 2 downs, minus 2, and 1, 2, 2 on the right, which is plus 2, which gives us minus 1. Now since y-intercept is 0 and slope is minus 1, we can write this equation as y is equal to minus 1x, or just minus x, and plus 0, so no need to write 0. So y equals to minus x becomes the equation of this particular line, right? So that is how we can write equation of line. So normally to write equation of line, what you need to find is slope and y-intercept. In that case, you can always write equation in the form of slope and intercept. We'll have another question on this where we'll use different techniques to find equation of a line from the graph. I hope that helps. Thank you and all the best.